Welcome along. Qualifying for this week's GP event is alive and kicking, and we're going to be getting straight into the action with 4 races to come. Now, it is the RB Team Series event this week, so Daniel Ricciardo and Yuki Tsunoda are both 10% boosted, ready for you. We've got in the RB Team Series qualifying 4 circuits: Austria, Hungary, Monza and Zandvoort, all to get us some hopefully big points. Make sure to go and follow our strategy guide that was released on Tuesday, and it's going to give you the very best strategies ahead of this qualifying. So Austria is up first. Austria is a defending and speed circuit. So just to give you some information of what we're running, I'm going to be running George Russell and Charles Leclerc because they've got both pretty good on the defending point, and my car is a speed setup with a hint of qualifying. So we're going to hope to go and score 47 points here and start off from that top 10 medal last week and try to improve on it this week. It is coming up to race 1. We go racing for Spielberg and Austria. So let's get at it then. A similar team score, just slightly lower. I mean, the first 2 digits are the same. That always makes it helpful a little bit. So here we go then. The start of our qualifying round at the speed circuit of Austria. It's going to be fast. It's going to be furious. And we'll be furious if we don't score 47 points. But where do we qualify? 15th and 18th. Now, if you've watched our strategies already, I'm going to be going on to the Rainbow Boost with both cars. We're going to be going a 5-5 with George Russell and a 4-4-2, we're not playing football, with Charles Leclerc. Let's get into it. So here we go then. Race number 1. Can we get off to the very best start? We need a few positions on this opening first corner where possible. It's not been an amazing start. We're still sat down there in P16, 17. Going backwards nearly is George Russell. But we've managed to then kind of get away after that little bit. It's like a stall off turn 1 in Austria. And we are up now into the top 10 and make that the top 8 for Charles Leclerc. George Russell has used all his power unit, sits in P11, and the rival is going to use all their power unit now, so expect them to come at us pretty quickly too. And here is Albon and Leclerc going at each other, and it's into P6 for Alex, or even Charles Leclerc past Albon into P6. Rival still pushing on that power unit, and we're going to make a move past Lando Norris into P5, and here comes Russell on Pierre Gasly. So P1 has cleared away. Carlos Sainz it is in the Ferrari, who is absolutely bolting clear here. So a little bit of work to do to potentially catch him up, but hopefully he goes for some slower compound tyres. Leclerc now into P3. He's going to be looking to do 4 laps on these soft tyres. Should be able to take Max Verstappen here, and does so. Past Max we go. And we're about to start then lap 4. Got to close down this Carlos Sainz though, as George Russell does get into the top 6. So we're moving forward with George. Very slowly indeed. Where is Carlos Sainz? He is just approaching the end of turn 4. So little bit of work to do. Soft tyres will pit this lap. That's what's going to be good. We're lagging a little bit, but we're okay for now, as into the P4 we go with George. Great moves. Now cut it back down. Medium tyres. There is the Ferrari of Sainz coming back out. So we do take the lead, and it is mediums. So Carlos Sainz surely not going to the end on them tyres. Into P4 we go. This is looking pretty solid so far in round number 1. We've got Leclerc just pushing a little bit as he's trying to get past Verstappen, who will pit. And there is then Carlos Sainz ahead of us. Surely we'll have to pit on them mediums. And it'd be nice to get ahead. And Russell out in P3. That is perfect for us. We're just going to cruise with Leclerc. Don't have to rush past Carlos Sainz here. It'll be nice because we can create a gap. And there we are. Into the lead of the race then. Come on, Leclerc. That is what we needed. Let's see if we can just continue this on. And if we can, we're going to be looking pretty good indeed. Going to try and gain some power unit back. Just every little bit helps. We should get a pit stop from that Carlos Sainz. Should be no problem at all on that one. Should be fine. And down the straight we go. We'll pit this lap. So we should be able to cruise this. Because Carlos Sainz is a little bit further back now. And he's got to be pitting. We are playing the long game and hoping here that he is going to come into the pits. He should do. Russell is all over the back of Carlos now. And we're going to be into the pits with Leclerc. So here we go then. Sainz will surely peel off the pit lap 9. And it doesn't matter because Russell is now ahead. Leclerc is coming out of the pits too. He's going to get ahead of Sainz. And it is pretty much going to be, could be a perfect 1-2 here. We're just conserving down, looking after some power unit where we can. And then we've got 1 lap to go. Sainz should peel off. Norris pushing behind. And then we're good to go for the final lap of this race. It's been quite... We've cruised through it, in theory. We've managed to get through nicely past the pack. Leclerc leading the way from George Russell in second. Remember, if you are racing this week, make sure to change your setup and drivers per the track that you are going up against, if it does change that. But Charles Leclerc is going to take victory here in Austria. It's 47 points to start with in Spielberg. And that is a beautiful way to kickstart the day. 47 points, rival coming home P3 and P4. Let's go. That's what we're after. 47 points to kick it off with. Decent matchup, which we'll absolutely take as well. But we'll show you that rival just so you've got it. Level 5 Norris looking very tasty. And we've got that speed. Well, pretty much a very similar setup. So, yeah, apart from about 1 stat on me for power unit and qualifying, we were pretty much level. So, good racing. 47 points to kickstart. That's exactly what we were after. Here we go then, race number 2. We are off to Hungary and we've gone for our cornering setup, but same drivers because it's about that defending stat at the moment in terms of driver stats. So let's find out. Hungary is wet. That is going to be interesting. And we're going to see what the AI do. They used to go to lap 5, potential lap 4 this time round. And where are we going to qualify? P14 and P18. We've got to hope that the first corner really does help us out here. Now, the best boost, as you've seen in my strategy guide, is Hook. So we're going to try and reel the big 47 in. The big fish in F1 Clash World. Let's find out. P14, P18. Work to do on the first lap. Perfect starts with the Hook boost. Can we get away nicely? It's all about the inside line on the first corner. And into the spray we go. It's not too bad. It's P6 for George Russell. Getting even better outside Leclerc. Just dropping back into P11. But George Russell is a man on a mission right now. And he's moved himself into the top 3. Charles Leclerc has got ahead of the rival. But sits in P9. Behind Carlos Sainz, but a late lunge up the inside. Just can't see him get past. Rivals pushing as well at the moment, but cannot get past currently. So out of turn 1, for the second time we go, Leclerc still sitting in P9. We could do with a move on Carlos Sainz, and that is the move that we called, asked for, signed, sealed, delivered. Charles Leclerc is up to P number 8. We've got Sergio Perez ahead of us. Rival Lando Norris is still pushing that power unit very hard indeed as we go into the final couple of corners. This one's going to be a lot tougher to potentially 47. Russell is out front though already. Not a massive gap though has opened up, which is good for us. And now out traction of the corner, we've got to make it move. And we have P7. Not going to be 5 laps. It's definitely going to be 4 in this race. And we've got Lando Norris then, who we are currently looking to try and get past. It'll be a move into the final corners. And let's see if we can go round the outside or the inside line. And no, we can't. Can't get past. Now, George Russell has lost a position as we try and look after the power unit and slow cars down. Good exit for Leclerc though. Should see him get P6. And we are just catching up slowly. Let's go for a full push now on George Russell. And we're not going to push too hard on Charles Leclerc, because he's going to take P5 anyway. And now we're going to come into the pits. Let's have a look what the AI do here. They, indeed, couple... How did we just get jumped by the Red Bull? Late lunge pit stop by Max Verstappen sees us move down a position. But we'll have the last laugh, because we'll get him back. Max Verstappen. There is Alonso. Need to get past him. Now we need to get ahead of Max Verstappen, who jumped us. And we are ahead into P7. Can we get the inside line of Alex Albon, who was P2 in this race? And we have now moved ahead. Big, big moments. P1 just about to come into the pits, the Mercedes. We've got to keep pushing. We've still got work to do. McLaren comes in. Charles Leclerc carries on. And now it's about getting past Charles Leclerc. So P3. P1 for Russell. We've just got to take this a little bit easier now. We've got the pace from the hook boost and our setup and drivers. We've now just got to time our run to perfection if we need to, because Charles Leclerc is all over the back of Charles Leclerc. Maybe a future F1 Leclerc battle, but not anymore, because round the final corner we've already made it into P2, and that is with the power unit topping up all the time as well. So P1 for George Russell in race 2. Charles Leclerc has slotted himself nicely through into P2 as well. So looking very strong right now for 47 points. No safety car either, because that has... Currently, when you get past lap 6, it's impossible. Well, you could get a lap 7 safety car, I guess, if you're on an 8-lap one, but we're fine. We're all good. You're never going to get a safety car on the last lap these days, so we don't want any repeats of Abu Dhabi for Lewis Hamilton and Max Verstappen, but we can push both cars, and we can say signed, sealed and delivered, because 47 points is going to be in the basket, and we're about to check out front. So George Russell rounds the final few corners. He's going to take victory at Hungary for AZW, and Leclerc is going to follow not too far behind in P2. It's a double 47 start. Let me know how you're scoring so far in your round, or come back and let me know as we wait for the rival to finish, who has got a similar team score, I do believe, so we will check that one out. And also a player that's usually in our group as well. So let's find out what they were running, and we'll see what they go for. So 1-4-6-5. We're a little bit ahead on the team score. I thought it was a little bit closer. I'm sure the cars are pretty close. Verstappen and Norris for the rival. That level 5 Norris I do like. And the car, yes, taking a little bit of Q, but not as strong. But we'll take a good 47 points. So here we go for race number 3. A trip to Italy, a trip to Monza against a team score rival that is slightly higher than ours. So we're going to see if we can overcome it. Now, Monza can be very tough, very tricky to overtake as well, but we're going to be planning to do a 4 soft, and that is going to be with the Eagle boost that we're going to apply, and hope that we can get through from P16 and P17. It's going to be tough, but we're going to give it an absolute blast and see if we can make it. Eagle boost goes on. Let's see what we got. So, medium hard bot for the rival, because I imagine Dave would never go for that type of strategy. It's a perfect start for Russell. That's going to help us down into turn 1. Leclerc, if he can just get to the inside line, which he can now, that is going to help. A few tags, but we're away, and that is a decent start. George Russell into P8, and can get even better. 2 cars in one move, up to P5, P4, P3, and P2 for George Russell. What a start from the AZW F1 man. Absolutely flying through. And we've also then got Russell now into the lead. Charles Leclerc, for us, has just been overtaken by Hards nearly as we go down the straight. So Leclerc's got to watch his tyres a little bit, but on the soft tyre, we should be pretty quick. The question is, we need to hold up the field with Albon. Let's see if we can get past George Russell. And, oh, we can't. We can't get past George Russell. Everyone's a bit too stuck together. as we've just made 2 places down the straight. And can we get Hamilton as well? Great exit, not so much. Still, keep pushing. We've got a little bit of tyres to play with. And again, we're up to the top 7. We've got Russell not pushing too much, trying to keep Albon at bay in P2, trying to keep him close to us as we exit the first 2 corners. And now we're on the back of Lando and the McLaren. So Leclerc, can he get past the medium tyres? Little bit of a run at him through these corners. And we can't get through. Norris has got a little bit good defending. Not as good as ours, I don't think. But I tell you what, Russell's going to be absolutely fine here for us. We need Leclerc through, and there is 2 moves. So up to P5. Now the question is, do I go for mediums or do I cruise it with some softs? And try and cruise it. Maybe some softs, but mediums I'm still going to be pretty quick at. Maybe just the mediums are going to push. P2 coming up potentially for Charles Leclerc. Mediums is going to give me a lot more pushing power compared to the softs. Can we squeak through? No, we can't. Be nice to get through ahead of the last corner. And we can. And now we're into P1, P2. Russell already coming out. Got to get ahead of that car ahead. Come on, there's the Red Bull. And we're out. We are out in P5. So we'll push off the corner as soon as we get a little bit of power unit. Can we get past Albon? Oh my god, Albon's slowing us down hugely. But I'm not going to push just yet because P2, P3 are all ahead. Albon has got to pit potentially on the soft tyres. But we should have enough speed anyway against him. Mediums versus softs. Just take our time. That's all we need to do. And they should be pit stops for both of them. They are. So P3 for Leclerc. P2 for Alex Albon in that Williams car. Move up the inside. Not quite. Cut back down. All about looking after that power unit here. Just trying to see where we can make a move. And this should be a upcoming chance here around these corners. Trying to get on the inside line. Can't do it. Interesting then. Last corner also bodes for a very good overtaking spot. So does there, but we can't get through. Albon being a little bit stubborn. And now we're through into P2. Alex Albon pits anyway on the soft tyres. So it was coming. We're just trying to take him on track as we spoke. But Russell is absolutely clear. We've hardly had to push him in this race, which is we like to see. We've got OK power unit on Leclerc, who is well clear. So this is looking like another smooth operator of a 47 in race number 3 at what can be a very difficult track here in Monza. We round the final corner to start that last lap. And it's going to be 3 out of 3. That is exactly what we needed from this week's qualifying session. We've never won 8-8 qualified before this season. This will be a first. As Leclerc coming through the chicane. Russell already on his way. Victory lap, as Americans may say. And he's through, Russell. And he's going to take the win. George Russell running very strong. P1, 24 points. Charles Leclerc coming round to lap Zhou Guanyu in the Kick Sauber. And he's going to finish off in P2. Dave Bott is going to come home in what looks to be P4 and P5. And we'll show you his loadout as well as we go back into the lobby. But come on, 3 out of 3 with one race circuit to go in Zandvoort, which could be some tough racing. 1535, 1552. And we can see level 6 Leclerc. That is very, very nice. Level 6 Norris as well. And the cars, pretty even. Just the 1 stat increase on the speed for Dave. And a slight bit of average pit time reduction as well. So them setups, very, very similar. It was just the drivers that made a real difference in terms of levels, being pretty much level 6 Leclerc. But I've got level 7 Russell. It's just a shame his qualifying so bad. 47, 3 out of 3, 1 more to go. Off to race number 4. We are off to Netherlands and Zandvoort for this one. It's going to be a fully wet race, 100% of the wet stuff. Must have blown in from the United Kingdom, that's for sure. And we've got to hope that we can complete the job then. So 3 races so far, perfect. And now we move on to this one. Where do we qualify? 12-17. We've pulled in Max Verstappen and Alonso for their overtaking as well. So boost-wise, one and only, got to be Cuppa. Expecting to be doing a 4-4 in this one. Let's see if we can get the job done. We need a good start. We got to pray for a good start here in Zandvoort. Will never be over till it's over, but until Max Verstappen puts himself into P6 already. Fernando Alonso has got an okay start, currently sitting in P15. Need a few more places than that, though, as we attack down this part of the track. So P4, with a lot of work to do from Fernando's side of the garage to try and get him past some cars. He's into P13. And what we're going to do is get Verstappen hopefully into the lead of this race, and we're going to cut him back down. We should be good on tyres, which should give us the mount to keep pushing, as we are now on the back of the rival. We're past the rival, and we are in to the top 10. That might change as the rival comes at us, and expect it will. So currently, P11. We're going to just conserve. Oh, we might have conserved a bit too much there. Well, the good job is the pack's not getting absolutely spread out here. So we can just keep up with the pace. We hopefully get past Russell here. And we do. Another place would be nice. Up to the top 10 again. Got to get past some of these cars, though. Here comes the rival again. How are they just flying past us? We're on cornering setup, my man. How are we just flying by? Annoying. Got to get back into the top 10. And we do. This is going to be painful. I think we might drop here. Very tough track. It's seeming to be. We've got no power unit to push. And we're not finding ground. We can't overtake. What do we do? We're up to P9. Which is great. But we need some ground here. We need some overtakes. Can we get past into the top 8 now? Yes, we can. This is still going to be ridiculous. The rival's got power unit charging up. We don't have much of it at all. We need to get ahead of that Red Bull if we can. That would be a decent move at this stage. And again, overtaking, not allowing us past. We're supposed to be flying past because of our overtaking stat. It is not working out to be the case. We're in at P7. This is not going to be 47. This is no way going to be 47 in this race. Look, we even get slowed up by the Ferrari. Coming into the pits and coming out. Oh no. This is tough. Rival's got the power unit, look, as you can see as well. So we're not going to be able to get... Oh, we got no chance of getting P2 here. So Carlos Sainz is our next car to pass. Up to P6. We just can't get the power unit strong enough. We've got the rival ahead of us, who has got about half power unit, and the Williams out front, or the Red Bull I should say, is absolutely clear. Absolutely clear at the moment, P2. But we're not expected to go perfect anyway. There's good move into P4. I just don't think we can catch. It is 8 laps though. It's never over till it's over, ladies and gentlemen. Could do with Charles Leclerc moving out of the way pretty quick, I can tell you that. There you go, come on. Never over. There he is. We're still trying to hold him up. Is Max Verstappen. We are on the hunt. 4 points. And 1 more point. He is being held up very nicely. Is this our day to score 188? Are we in with a chance? We're going to have to pull the pin on Max Verstappen soon. But Alonso is catching. He is catching pretty quick as well. As we've got literally 1 lap to go. We're on the tail of the Red Bull pretty much. We're going to send Max Verstappen now. Because he can go. Here we go then. Last lap finale here at Zandvoort. And here goes Alonso. Alonso is into the lead. It's a beautiful race management in the end because we've slowed down the rival, got Alonso on terms, and now we're going to 47. It looked impossible at one stage, and we're going to pull it out the bag. Wow, I didn't see that coming halfway through this race. Fernando Alonso with a drive to be proud of. It is 47 points. I did not think that was going to happen. Out of the blue with that gap to find. It almost feels like a horse race. Just got the gap, closed it down, and we scored 47. That was tough though. That was pretty tough in Zandvoort. 1524 versus 1484. All the cars, apart from a couple of cars at the back, 4 of them doing a 2-stop. So really, it's a 1-stop, 4-lap race. Level 5 for the rival, and the car was pretty, well, it's on the right direction as well. But in terms of qualifying for this week, champions. Let's go. 188 points. That is exactly what we needed to go racing for the weekend. That is a boost of confidence. And coming off a top 10, we are now finally delivering some points. It can be hard at times, but we've managed to scrape through and we've managed to pull nicely. There we go, 188. Let me know how you get on down below, and good luck with your qualifying rounds here from the RB Team Series event.